Hope you've been drinking water daily as discussed last time. Good to see you. So today's topic for the FNF theory is oils to eat. This is in relation to how oils are going to help you as a runner, enhancing your performance during your training and during the event day. So first, let's understand what are we doing today with oils. So oils that I'm referring to is completely to do with the cooking oil that we are using on day-to-day basis. So what has changed over the years and the decades? So why we are confused with what oils to eat and what not to eat, what are good and what is bad oil for you. So first we want to bring in going back from where I come from the 80s, or even if you belong to the 70s, that is where suddenly there was a transformation of eating oil, wherein we were told that eating refined oil would be really helpful because it helps you with various diseases, with various chronic illnesses. Diabetes can be controlled, cholesterol issues can be controlled, and you would have a better life in a healthy manner. So what really happened over there was that all of a sudden we started using more of refined oils that were there in the market, which were being sold to us. Suddenly ghee consumption stopped because ghee was making fat, as conveyed by the advertising industry and the pharmaceutical companies, the oil making companies, telling us to switch to a refined oil. So simultaneously, as in the 80s and the 70s, when as a child I was growing, and my friends, and even I'm sure either you were growing or either you were already an adult or in your teenagehood, there was a switch of oil from what you were supposed to consume. So that brought in a lot of change in the body. We'll try and understand, I'll explain you as we go on, that why refined oil is not good for your body and what changed over a period of time, over the decades, and why there is still no control on diabetes, no control on cholesterol issues. People still have cholesterol issues, LDL issues, HDL issues. So what really needs to change? And so this brings in also to the concept of when as a runner. So when as a runner and as an athlete, you realize that nutrition is so very important. So you reach out to the net, and the net claims the same, that you need to switch on and start eating the foreign styles, which your refined oil. So you again, if you have been consuming unrefined oil, you switch to all these market oils. And simultaneously, if you go further, then you are also said that why you need to start having boiled vegetables and stop cooking vegetables, stop using oil. So with these things, you suddenly stop taking oil, start taking boiled food. So belonging to India, belonging to the cultural habits, what we've been always following and we've been consuming, it is very difficult for us to consume boiled vegetables. So you can do it for a week, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. Then what happens? Then you suddenly feel that I cannot do it. In this duration, when you have already switched to boiled vegetables or no oil funda, then suddenly you realize there is a lot of change in the body, and you feel a little more weak, lethargic, and there is a lot of health issues which you internally feel are going to happen with you, or already you're going through those phases. So what really we need to do? So traditionally, if we understand, we were able to always consumed on these 4 major oils throughout the country. 1 was mustard oil, 2 was groundnut oil, 3 til ka tel, 4 coconut oil. So mustard oil was majorly used or consumed in the north and the east part of the country. Groundnut oil was basically consumed more in the western and the central part, along with the til oil also, and coconut oil was completely used by the south. So what really happens with the oil is that we always want our vegetables to be cooked, because vegetables are ideally supposed to be cooked because they are very raw, and raw vegetables would take more time for the body to metabolize. So that is why our ancestors and traditionally we brought in the oils to be cooked, vegetables to be cooked in these oils, so that the vegetables are easily consumable and simultaneously easily digestible by the body. So in this, what changed is when the refined oils came in, and we were told that stop taking these traditional oils. As I mentioned, these 4 oils, and there are many more, but we are going to stick to these 4 oils. So the unrefined oil, what did it really happen? What happened really with the refined oil? So refined is a definition, we can term it as a state of chemically processed, and unrefined is a natural state without any chemical process. So when the refined oil is chemically processed, there are many nutrients which are dissolved or killed in that process, and chemically there are many substances added to it. In an unrefined form, it is a pure form wherein it comes with a natural source of all the elements, the minerals, the vitamins, what are naturally present in that oil. And in this process, what happens is the refined oil is kind of ready to cook oil, wherein you just take the oil. Let's say that I want to prepare aloo gobi, so I take a refined oil, I put it on the gas, put it on the utensil, and I just steam it up for maybe 2 minutes, boil it for 2 minutes or less than that, and then my vegetables are ready to be put in that oil. Simultaneously, when you are going to have an unrefined oil, the process of heating the oil takes almost more than 5 minutes, and then the vegetables go in. So why the unrefined oil is taking so much of time is because it has to come into a cooking phase wherein the oil has to be boiled, and then it starts coming up on a level wherein it is ready to cook. And simultaneously there are many minerals and nutrients, vitamins present in that unrefined oil, which needs to be balanced and which needs to be neutralized so that it is ready to consume and it is easily digestible by the body. So in this way, this is the way how unrefined oils were very useful for our body and were effective. So what is really coming out of these oils for our body in the unrefined process? So unrefined oils are more to do with vitamin K, vitamin E, omega fatty acids. So for example, if someone comes to me for a nutrition plan, and then I realize that this person is deficient for his omega 3, omega 6, so I put that person on a fish oil, for example, because that would be a supplementation given to that person, because I understand that the cooking oil which were being used all this while was more of refined and maybe no oil, less oil, that kind of funda. So fish oil comes in. What happens to a person who is a vegetarian? So I cannot enforce that person to have fish oil or make that person eat fish to get the omega 3 what is required. So I would ask that particular person, or I would suggest that person to change the cooking oil. So I will bring in all the unrefined oils that needs to be used for the cooking. So unrefined oils are the natural source of omega fatty acids which you get while cooking and as you put the vegetables for cooking and you consume them. So it's a natural source what really comes to your body for a vegetarian. For decades, for centuries, our ancestors, everyone, even today, vegetarians have been surviving and being non-deficient of this omega fatty acid is the reason primarily because of the cooking oils being used. What is omega 3 doing to your body? Omega fatty acids. They are helping you with building hormones, keeping your hormones intact, improving your health, especially your eye health, good brain functioning, because as I keep on mentioning that your brain functions on 70% of the fats what we consume. So this is a kind of fat which also your brain needs to function effectively, which in a way is also going to help you with the growth and development of your physical body. So simultaneously vitamin K and vitamin E, which are so essential, which are again fat soluble vitamins which stay in the body and get releases by the body when and how it is required. So it has to stay in the body. Vitamin K helps you with blood clotting, vitamin E helps you with eyesight and many other things. So what is this oil really doing to our body? It is giving us the vitamins and the fatty acids what we really need to stay away from the supplementation or any other source which you would not really want to reach out to, especially for being vegetarians, wherein you would not really want to switch to fish oil or any other capsule or any other medicinal purpose which would give a supplementation and help you with growth of your body. So what is this to do with our running? So in running, the major muscles which are really being exploited are always your legs and simultaneously your core part. So the legs, especially the joints which keep on getting used during the training and on the race day. So these particular oils, the unrefined oils, are really a good source of fat which your joints really need, and it is a complete recovery mechanism for your body, giving you great strength, great recovery, good muscle repairment, tissue repairment, ligament repairment. So if you analyze that your ligaments are constantly being used as you keep on small fibers of your body during your training and during your races. So when such oil is there in your body already stored, so your tissues are always being functioned and being repaired, and even though how aggressively you keep on training, the body will keep on repairing and responding positively towards your training. So these oils are also externally used by the body for treating ourselves, for massages. When you have joint pains, you must have heard that applying a mustard oil would really help. If you have a bruise or maybe a cut, then you apply a coconut oil so that it can heal, or even a mustard oil so that it can heal your wound. So that really helps in terms of externally rejuvenating your body, helping you with less injuries, then making sure that the scars are also treated well with these oils so that these scars are not there. Also to do with the oil is that, as I mentioned in my last talk during the water therapy part, wherein in case your muscles are tired, especially your legs, so you can pour a tub full of water, pour some rock salt and add this oil, maybe a coconut oil, maybe a mustard oil or groundnut oil. You can put 2 spoons of oil in that particular bucket and keep your feet inside the bucket and sit for maybe 15-20 minutes. Suddenly you will realize that your pores and your skin is more healthy, and it is giving a very good strong feeling about your legs, and suddenly the tiredness is not there. This is another way of healing your tissues and your muscles externally, even though if you are giving it internally. So what really has changed over a period of time is that it was always knowledge about bad nutrition, big advertising, which really we were buying, and we were really following into a trap wherein we were trying to eat something which is not good for us and not required by our body. So once you change this over a period of time, I'm saying that if you bring in the unrefined oil at home for your daily cooking, and over a period of maybe a month or 2, when you continuously keep on doing this, you will certainly see a change in your sugar levels. If you are diabetic, the biggest support of these oil is that it comes with a source of vitamin K, as I mentioned earlier, which helps with your blood clotting. And in diabetes or in sugar issues, blood sugar issues, when people are suffering from these chronic illnesses, if there is any cut or a wound, it takes more time to heal, because the vitamin K is not really present in the body. This is one good source of vitamin K which will help your body to form better recovery, and you will certainly realize that your healing capacity has improvised. So do add this particular oil, these oils, depending on your genetics, depending on your location. To add an example to this is, I come from north, from Punjab. I reside in Bombay. I would prefer having mustard oil because genetically it supports me. I've been born and brought up that way. Locally, groundnut oil is very helpful because that is the local requirement. So to get acclimatized with the environment and the climate of Bombay, groundnut oil really helps me to stay in that zone and stay healthy. So again, you need to analyze where you are from and where you are. Accordingly, you keep yourself in that zone and use the required oils for your cooking. Again, coming back to the benefit of these oils over a period of time will also be that you are going to get more energy, better brain thinking. You will be able to analyze better things, energy levels will be better, memory will become more stronger, and you will also have a good cholesterol levels, because these oils also help with maintaining your cholesterol levels, which previously was stated that having unrefined oil is the reason of increasing cholesterol. Unfortunately, that is so incorrect, and the current studies do say that unrefined oils are really healthy and really helpful for your body, and they are not the cause for cholesterol issues. So do switch to the right oil for cooking. And thank you so much for hearing. Would love to see you next week. Before signing off, would want you to just visit our website. That's www.thefnf.in. We put in a lot of literature over there. Even also we've been converting these videos into write-ups and putting in our the FNF theory column. And if you're looking for a personalized plan, you can go up to www.thefnf.in and you can view the plans and take subscription, and we would love to work with you on a personal and individual basis. Thank you so much.